that there was no, that you have this in quotes, as if this statement was made to me prior to any time than right now. This statement in quotes was never provided to me. So the fact that I had been sanctioned was not, I was given no notice of this sanction. So how can I be obliged to concede to this sanction in the first place when I haven't even been notified that I've been sanctioned? It's preposterous. Very professional, Madam Justice. Although plaintiff maintains that he has an emotional disorder, that's not what I maintain. It's called an anxiety disorder, and if you would like to change that verbiage to be derogatory, I think that's a malicious little bit of verbiage thrown in there just for your own entertainment purpose there, Madam Justice. Preventing his traveling to Houston for court appearances, it's a fact, okay? You want to argue my 30-year disability? Fine, let's argue it, okay? I've done that before in court, and I can give you the quotes from the New Jersey Superior Court judge who said, the evidence you have provided me is more than anyone has ever provided me before. It's overwhelming. Yes, you're right. Okay, you want me to, I'll give you the quotes. All right, his motivation to appear by telephone is also, oh, here we go, likely connected. So here you go. So you're testifying now, Madam Justice. You're testifying now, huh? Okay, his motivation to appear by telephone is also likely connected to his practice of recording telephonic court appearances. So you're saying I contrived a 30-year disability that has fucked my entire life just so I could record these irresponsible jackass justices like yourself who are going around violating people's fundamental constitutional rights by not allowing them to prosecute their claims in a fair and just manner in their lousy, stinking, smelly, skanky, disgusting courtrooms. That's your fucking argument? That is supposed to be a rational bit of testimony from you? That's your speculation? Well, I would love to challenge you to a lie detector test, Madam Justice. On any subject on earth, I will be asked any questions you wish to ask me, and I bet you you can fail the test. I bet if I asked you the question under polygraph examination or in an MRI, whether you have ever maliciously, deliberately violated someone's fundamental American constitutional rights, I bet you can't answer the question without the alarm signals flashing all over the place. Because that's what you're doing. You're a dictator. You're an irresponsible traitor to the United States Constitution. This is disgusting nonsense. You speculating on my intentions and purposes when you have absolutely no evidence at all. It's disgusting for a judge to be doing this bullshit. Cunt. All right, next. And publishing them on the internet with accompanying critical commentary. That's right, I'm going to be damn critical. When somebody's abolishing my constitutional rights, not allowing me to make an argument, and then not even then dismissing cases without writing a decision, okay, which I've done to a superior court in New Jersey. The appeals court didn't even write a decision. They just said, no, we're not going to write a decision. You're wrong, too bad. Unaccountable nonsense is going on in these American courtrooms, and you should be called out on it. This is disgusting behavior. Commentary on the judge and the court system in general. Damn right, and it's commentary I'll stand by, and I defy you or anyone else to stand up and try to argue how you have done anything but conducted yourself irresponsibly. I dare you, I defy you to make a counter-argument. I defy you to do it. I could put all the money I put everything, I'll put my guts on the fact that you can't do it without cheating. Because that's what you are. Your whole career is probably a big, giant friggin' cheat. Just as this document is a lie. The violation of the Rule 83.7, contemptuous conduct by plaintiff Mosher, justifying a court's ordering him to appear in person and not by telephone. So this whole sentence was really bad. So on the internet with accompanying critical commentary on the judge and the court system in general. The violation of Local Rule 83.7 Here we go again. I mean, contemptuous conduct by plaintiff Moser justifying court ordering him to appear in person and not by telephone. It doesn't make, it's not a good sentence. Accordingly, the court hereby orders that plaintiff's motion for accommodation and notice of special circumstances is denied. That's your rationale for denying the order, that you've decided to impose a sanction that basically says, it's basically what you're saying to somebody is that you're saying, well, the sanction for you not coming to court because you don't have legs is, we're going to force you to come to court even though you don't have legs. I mean, it's just a stupid argument. You can't sit there and sanction away somebody's right to an accommodation. It just doesn't, it's ludicrous. This is ludicrous nonsense. The sanction has to be something somebody can afford to do or not to do. You can't sanction somebody. It's like sanctioning a prisoner by saying the sanction is, well, you have to go out to the store and buy some bubble gum and bring it to me. Or if the guy's in prison, how can he do that? I mean, it's just idiotic. But whatever. This is just such nonsense. Accordingly, the court hereby orders that... All right, so let's finish this up. Sorry. So the court further orders that the Rule 16 scheduling conference is set for 10 a.m. on April 7th, 2010, courtroom 9C, Bob Casey Federal Building, blah, 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 Texas, blah, blah. All parties are required to appear by attorney or in person. If the party is pro se. So whatever. So again, they're just saying the same thing. Failure to all parties too. So I don't know if they'll be sending this notice to Jones are. Anyway, failure to appear by attorney or in person at this Rule 16 scheduled conference may result in the case's dismissal with prejudice. Well, I'd love to see you do that, because the appeals court actually mentioned the word prejudice, and you're not going to get away with that one, Madam Justice, for failure to prosecute. Well, you're not going to be able to demonstrate that pursuant to Rule 41B of the Federal Rules of Civil Procedure. That's right. You're not going to be able to justify any of that accusation or that claim. So yeah, I'll see you in court. I'll see you in the appeals court. I'll see you in the Supreme Court of the United States. But I'll see you somewhere if you want to keep playing this game. And what I'm going to do to you, do you the favor, okay? Keep playing the game, Madam Justice, and I'll file charges against you in your own state, okay, for judicial misconduct. Because you're overtly violating a federal Fifth Circuit appeals court decision. You're overtly violating it, playing the same nonsense game, all right? And it's outrageous conduct. Okay, you should not be a judge if this is what you do with your power. It's grotesque that you get away with this garbage. Grotesque that this is what America has come to, that they put people of this low character on goddamn courts, give them the power to ruin people's lives based on this malicious speculation. Yes, I contrive a 30-year anxiety disorder so I can sit there and get on the telephone with judges and record them. And like that's a crime in itself. Recording what goes on in a justice building is somehow a violation of some right written in our Constitution. Thou shalt not make any official accountable for what they do. None of the kings and queens and nobles shall ever be accountable for anything. Yeah, that's written right in the Constitution somewhere. Thou shalt never record what they do when they're doing their public service job. No, that would be outrageous to impose that kind of accountability. You're disgusting creatures. You're just goddamn disgusting human beings. Disgusting. Just add a little add-on. I'm just, it really is so hard not to get angry. This is it. 2 years you got to mess around, do this nonsense. Not one real issue in this case has been heard. This is just getting in the door of the courtroom. You have to spend 2 years negotiating, just getting your goddamn argument in front of the judge. I mean, it is a disgusting judicial system. And this has happened in each case I have filed about basic constitutional fundamental rights. The case in my hometown against my local government who broke the state law when it came to providing access to public documents. It's been in court for 8 years now. Just they're waiting for me to drop dead. They don't want to allow the case to be adjudicated. It's disgusting. The case about public access television, the judge threw it in the garbage can, just on a completely nonsensical argument. She didn't even know what public access television was. She just basically said, well, if you want to be on TV, buy yourself a TV network. I mean, just incredible, irresponsible, disgusting. The cigarette tax case, what the judge's argument was to the argument that cigarettes have been taxed in disproportion to every other commodity in the universe, and that the taxation is excessive. It's like cruel and unusual taxation. The judge's argument was in defense of the tax levels. Under the law, the state can tax cigarettes. That was his defense. So you walk into the court and call cruel and unusual punishment. The judge says we're allowed to punish criminals. And that's his argument. That's his defense against you claiming it's cruel and unusual, that it's excessive, that it's outside the boundaries of fairness. And that's his explanation. We're allowed to punch citizens. I mean, it's just this is what you get. This is the kind of crap you get from a justice system. This is fucking America, and it's all over America. This is what's sitting on most courts, all courts maybe. Because you don't see any judges standing up and saying, this is outrageous what's going on here. This is nonsense. These decisions are made out of shit. You don't see that happening. It's disgusting. Because we're letting lawyers run the system. Liars. Career liars. They make their business out of lying. Getting into a courtroom and lying through their fucking goddamn teeth. And if they do that well enough, we put them on a fucking bench and let them fuck people's lives. It's disgusting. sorry. I made this. I was doing this for a reason. Yeah. So obviously, I'm going to file a paperwork, you know, arguing with this order and saying exactly what, pretty much what I said here, except doing it the judicial way. You know, therefore, blah blah blah. No cunt, no skanky. Just the basics. You know, that this is what the appeals court said. This is what the legal precedent is. You want to, you know, this is the argument I'm going to take to the appeals court. Address it or choose not to address it, but that's where it's going to head. And if you force it to go there for a second time, I mean, maybe the appeals court justices will want to sanction you, and they'll have the power to do that. They'll have the power to impose a sanction. So maybe you're going to get sanctioned. Okay, enough said. Yeah.